All right, Jules, let's get into this a bit more. And by the way, before people are have a go at me, let me restate for the record, I am not blaming Ramsdale in any way.
We know
Nobody
you're
deserves this. But I think if a fan in the midst of the emotion feels disrespected, most fans will react by calling Ramsdale a bad word or whatever. But there is that one guy,
one idiot,
potentially, who will go and do something dangerous. And I think...
But to be fair, this is Ramsdale's personality. He's been doing this all season, and nothing had ever happened before Sunday.
Yeah, well, fortunately, it doesn't happen.
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't think he will change, and he should not change because of one idiot. Yeah. Because that's what he does. But
it did appear, like I said, like to be clear on this, when he said afterwards he was giving and taking it, and it was good natured. It certainly appeared very good natured. It certainly was good natured with Richarlison until that kind of final moment. I want to talk about Arsenal a little bit because obviously we saw standout performances from Partey, from Ødegaard, from Zinchenko. I want to talk a little bit about the way Arteta sets up, because it certainly looks as if, some people have it as a 4-3-3, some people have it as a 4-2-3-1, but the basic concept is when they're on the ball, Zinchenko comes inside and becomes an additional midfielder. And you almost have an overload on the left-hand side where you've got Zinchenko, Xhaka, and Martinelli, who are attacking on one side. And then on the other side, you have Bukayo Saka, because Ben White doesn't attack in the same way. It's almost as if it becomes like a back three. And then it certainly, I'm not saying it leans heavily to the left, because I haven't seen like sort of their heat map zones of attack, but it does seem as if the idea is you've got more men on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you've got more space for Saka, which I think suits Saka and Martinelli's skill very well, and I think makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Although there's a few times where White overlaps and plays with Saka on that right-hand side, when Zinchenko really rarely, he goes.
Zinchenko's not an overlapping fullback in the way White is.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why the asymmetrical fullbacks is perfect. One is inverted, the other one is sometimes more of a centre-back, sometimes makes that run on the overlap. And it's just, I think the structure of that team is just absolutely perfect. And I know they're a bit short, and if someone important gets injured, I think they would struggle to replace him.
Like Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, but that's maybe the one position where they have someone who can come in who's still very good in what the manager wants him to do in Nketiah. But for other positions, it might be a little bit different. But the structure and the what everybody knows what to do, where the ball is and where your teammate is. So if Zinchenko comes inside, then Xhaka knows exactly that he has to cover a bit more on the Zinchenko side of things. And all of that, I think that drill is, they're so well drilled in the positional play and the awareness of where everybody is on that pitch. It was wonderful to see that first half, really. And again, I think they were helped by the fact that Spurs didn't put them under pressure whatsoever, which would be different when United go to the Emirates on Sunday. But still, it was just like it was a perfect, in terms of movement and organization and understanding of each other's position and what to do and where to be. It was perfect. It was really a perfect first half.
All right, a couple other points on Arsenal before we move on to Spurs, because I think there's a lot of questioning to be done of Conte's decisions here. One is that Partey shot, which he just hits so hard against the post. Even in slow motion replay, it doesn't even look like slow mo. Rather, it's weird because the players are all in slow motion, but the ball just looks so
fast.
However, Tekker's moment, you watch it again, he doesn't hit the ball cleanly. He shins it.
Which is fine. Again, we said it.
It's not saying he didn't choose to shin it.
No. But I think the ball maybe comes at him so quickly, and the balance of his body is perfect, but he's still with his shin. We said, you were aware, but when Darwin Núñez scored that goal, shins it as well in the FA Cup. I think it was when Rooney scored one of the greatest goals of all time with his shin too. So it's not. We're not saying it's bad to shin the ball. It's not. However, you don't have the same.
You have no idea where the ball's going to go.
Some control of the ball.
And he's obviously not choosing to shin it. He's just trying to make contact somehow to send it towards the
goal.
It's
still a hell of a volley.
It was unbelievable.
Incredible. And he's had an amazing game. And to be fair, we were saying when we preparing for the show, the only defeat that Arsenal had, which was away at United with the goal disallowed as well for Martinelli at 0-0. Partey wasn't there in that game. He's unbeaten for Arsenal. He's been amazing for them this season.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.